Hey guys, Boris from BKT. Time for our weekly review of the trades for the week of April 4th. And it's been a very sort of a bifurcated week where we had some very great ideas at the front of the week and some really stupid ones at the end of it. So let's start with a good trade. The first good trade we did, which was the Euro Pound short, came in on this one on Monday, the 31st. Went short around 79.58, I believe, like right around here on the close of Monday's trade. And it turned out to be, I think, a very, very good trade for a couple of good reasons. At that point, Euro Pound was very much overbought. It was within 30 points of making this record high of 80, as you can see over here. Here's the spike high. Came off that spike high, so it gave us technical confirmation that perhaps there was a blow off top over there. But more importantly, we were also very bullish UK data going forward. So trading on both of our fundamentals and technicals, like we always do, we got short on this trade right over here. And of course, typically the good trades almost become positive from the moment go, and it did continue to be positive. It did rally back a little bit against us in the middle of the night, but then as the night progressed, in the early part of the Eurozone hours, I took profits right over here on the first half of it. We made T1. And then I trailed the trade all the way through. We just kept lowering the stop. And this is exactly what I think is the right kind of trading methodology, which is that on trading, all you can do is just manage your risk. And in this particular case, when we had the move going our way, that second lot, which is exactly why we trade with two lots, we just kept pressing. And until basically middle of the day, when we saw that the whole thing stabilized, Kathy just simply closed out the trade for plus 88 Euro Pound points, which is close to about 160 regular points on the trade. Now, the second trade of the week was the really stupid trade because we went back into this pair on Wednesday to the upside, and that was just absolutely idiotic. Let me just get to the position. We get into the pair like right around here at 78.90 on the assumption that UK data is going to be poor. Now the only problem is that we knew that the Eurozone data was actually also going to be bad. So therefore, you really did not have a lot of benefit. This is one of the critical mistakes that we just made. We basically said to ourselves that even though we knew the Eurozone data was going to be bad, we were still getting long euros. Because remember, when you're going long euro pound, you're effectively getting long euros against pounds. And that was just such a stupid, retarded mistake, that one that we're definitely not going to make anymore. We sort of thought that because the German retail sales had already been out, the market would have anticipated weak Eurozone retail sales. Big mistake. You never really anticipate bad data. Remember, we always want to come in with positive signs on both sides of the spread. That means we always want to have good Eurozone data and good and bad UK data if we're going to come in on a Euro Pound, or the reverse. We never want to have just one side of the equation and the other side of the equation possibly offsetting it. In this case, it's exactly what happened. The Eurozone data was just horrible, and that in fact, offset a lot of the positive pop in the negative UK data. We did get a little bit of a move into the money, but watch this turnaround. I tried at this point. I really wanted to go take T1, but I really needed to have more than 15 points in the money to take T1. Just couldn't do it because it just turned around in 10 minutes right in on us. And eventually, of course, the trade trailed off because, of course, Eurozone data just came in to be much worse. Now, the irony of the whole thing is that we were actually absolutely correct on the one thing that we were certain about, which was that the UK data was going to be weak. And had we traded simply pound, we would have been absolutely right in our analysis. But this was just a case of where we basically just made a mistake. We thought the pound was going to be too volatile. This is the pound trade that we could have been in instead of being the Euro Pound. And we got a little bit clever by a half. We decided we're going to get Euro Pound instead of pound because we're bearish pound data, and we're going to express it through Euro Pound. Big mistake. We should have never let the euro component of it pollute the trade. Here, a pure pound trade would have been much better. We would have been in the trade with virtually no retrace. It would have made probably 100 points had we been on the trade. Lesson learned. Next week, more trades from BKT. This is Boris Schlossberg, over and out.